Hi all, I'm Tony. This is SV Tapatya. We're building a cruising sailboat. A sort of fairly traditional cruising sailboat designed to accommodate two people in comfort and cruise, travel around. That's the idea, and let's see what's been going on, shall we? Yeah, the main thrust this week has been this rudder, which as you can see is making good progress. Starting to get a bit of the airfoil shape to it. There's a couple of things to talk about. Let me just talk about this. You'll remember this. This is the NACA, NACA, don't know, NACA 015 profile, at least an approximation thereof. And I'm using that to, by fixing that down the centre line, which is somewhere around there, using that to work out where I need to glue pieces on to build up this profile. It's not quite on the centre line, there somewhere. So from that, I can, when that's screwed in place, I can take a straight edge and I can see, for example, this line that I've drawn here, I can see that's where that comes in contact with that profile there. So the next piece needs to start here and up that line there, start there. So I know I need to glue a piece on between those two lines there. So that allows me to build up this profile and then obviously plane it, sand it to shape. Coming on very well, I think. A couple of thoughts about this. The chord length here is some 9 centimeters more than the chord length here, which means that the whole thing needs to do that a little bit, and actually theoretically means that it would be a little bit fatter, a little bit wider here than it would be here as well, to keep it all in proportion. So that makes for some careful thought. And one of the things I worked out was that I drew a series of lines on here that converged as it got up. So they were all half a centimetre closer. I had 18 lines, each one half a centimetre closer at the top than at the bottom. That gave me that shape. Really allowed me to picture it in my mind. That was a very useful exercise. Coming on well. One more piece of 15mm glue on here and then another thin one just up the middle, I believe, to get the full profile. As you can see, it's taking shape. I cut this slot in here, 15mm, and something like that will go in there. Clearly shaped much better than that. This isn't the shape of it, but this, and a little bit deeper as well. This is the top of 2 end plates, one on the top, one on the bottom, that stick out horizontally. And the idea of the end plates is, research says that it improves the, and you can imagine, it improves the water flow over the airfoil portion of the rudder, and apparently makes the rudder significantly more effective having end plates. So that's ready to go in, the end plate there. These will be epoxied in and, as I say, shaped. An end plate on the bottom to come as well. But rudder coming on well, I think. And perhaps the last thing that will happen is that there'll be cheek pieces on here that extend the top up further. Cheek pieces either side, so the tiller fits between them and allows the tiller to pivot a bit. But actually, it's looking pretty good, isn't it? It will obviously be glassed over. That will fill. I've probably put a couple of layers of glass over it. It's getting pretty substantial and nearly there. If you like these videos, please hit the old subscribe button down below and the notification bell next to it. It's a great way to support the channel and perhaps help us get out to a wider audience. And also please feel free to share these videos on Facebook or whatever. A little tool tip. Funnily enough, a few weeks ago I was watching Bruce on Mistress, and he had the same piece of kit, and I'd been thinking about it for a while, getting one of these sharpening guides for chisels and planer blades, and I invested in it. And on the side it tells me various things. It says chisel projection, it says 30mm equals 30 degrees, 40mm equals 25 degrees. Or for plain blades, slightly different. I think it's 38mm is 30 degrees. Very, very nice. So I bought that, this guide, and I also bought on Amazon, this one, a diamond stone. And it wasn't the most expensive diamond stone. It was quite a reasonable price. And it's got a coarse side and a fine side. And it's very good. It's very good. If we just pop the chisel in there, and as I say, what did it say? Chisel projection, we're looking at 25 degrees, I think, on these, 40mm. So we get it to project 40mm out there, like that. Yeah, something I've learnt is that this screw needs to be tightened up with more than your fingers. Get a screwdriver on it, and that's how that sets on there. Got a roller on there. These diamond stones don't need any liquid, and away you go. Just and in the past I've always tried, having my finger under there, try and keep the angle constant, but it works. But these things are quite an improvement. And you just, away you go, and it doesn't need any sharpening because it's already razor sharp. But it does a brilliant job of keeping things straight, getting you a straight sharpen across there, and that is sharp. Very, very good. Really recommend it. I think this was somewhere around €40, the diamond stone. And for any chisels or plain blades that are out of shape a bit, you can shape them up effectively with the rough side and sharpen with the smooth side, of course. And the little guide, I think that was about 20. I bought this from a German site that sells fine woodworking tools. I didn't get this one on Amazon. Dieter Schmidt Fine Tools or something, I think. Very good site. Got some great kit on there. And that is very good. I really recommend them, actually. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. As I say, give us your thumbs up. Leave a comment. It's always nice to hear from you. Appreciate those comments. And yeah, massive thank you from me to everybody who supports the channel, be that on Patreon or PayPal or whatever. And we'll be back. See you soon. Bye.